Hello everyone, I welcome you all to GIPL Software. My name is Bhargavi Kadia and I am working with GIPL as a software engineer. Today we are going to learn about Web API. At the end of this video, you will not only be able to understand the concept but also can make your own Web API application. With this in mind, in today's session, we are going to discuss how to make a Web API. Let me run you through the day's agenda. I'm going to begin with what is Web API. Then we'll discuss its effectiveness and expansion, which makes it so popular among developers, along with some examples. Furthermore, I will explain some advantages of using Web API. Moving on to the next, we will see how to get started with it. And once we are done with it, finally we will develop one small sample application. So stay connected with us in the entire video to not miss out any single information about Web API. So friends, before we start our topic, I would like to give some key information about GIPL. This is a government organization which provides IT and IT enabled services to different government organizations. We provide informative videos about government software and latest technology tutorials. To get latest updates, please hit the bell icon, and in case you haven't yet subscribed our channel, please do so. Now let's recommence our topic. So let me explain you what exactly the Web API is. Web API, as the name suggests, is an API over the web which can be accessed using HTTP protocol. Remember, it is a concept and not a technology. We can build Web API using different technologies such as Java, .NET. For example, Twitter's REST APIs provide programmatic access to read and write data, using which we can integrate Twitter's capabilities into our own web application. When we talk about its impact, I would like to tell you that many companies and organizations rely heavily on their web API infrastructure to serve their core business clients. In 2014, one of the most popular OTT platforms, Netflix, received nearly 5 billion API requests. This is about commercial use. If we talk about governments, many of the governments collect a lot of data and opening up access to this data. And we are not surprised that typical interface to access this data is Web API. Web API allows for data such as budget, public works, crime and legal and other agency data to be accessed by any developer in a convenient manner. Apart from this, there are tremendous benefits of using Web API over any technology. Like it is an open source, it uses low bandwidth, XML or JSON data. We can also pass HTML content if required. In fact, it involves no database configuration and very simple creation. And as it separates business logic, it becomes easy to test it using tools like Advanced REST Client or Fiddler. It is a lightweight architecture and is good for devices which have limited bandwidth like smart cell phones. It contains a body that can be used for any kind of data, unlike the SOAP which enforces to use XML content. The body of HTTP messages can be anything we want, plain XML, JSON, HTML, binary files in which we can include documents, videos and images. Now let's move forward to our next subtopic, which is about how to get started with Web API. Over here, we will use VS17 IDE and Web API version 2. So friends, as you can see, I have open screen of Visual Studio 2017. Here, first and foremost step I am doing is to create a new API project. For that, let's take new project. Name the project as you like. As you can see, we will be prompted with one screen where we have to select our project. We have selected empty Web API project. Now we have a project with predefined folders where we will add one model to set properties for our API. Here I am adding one class Name employees. I will show you to set sample properties for employees. Remember, we must assign proper naming convention to each property. Starting with the name of the employee, which we will take as a string. Then we will add his or her department in which he works. Then move next to the designation. Finally, we will set property for his or her pay. And do not forget to assign one unique ID. And yes, we are done with setting model properties. Furthermore, we will add one controller which will be called every time when the API request will be received. We will name it as EMP controller. So friends, here I have created one object called EMP referencing the models we have created, employees. And I have stored array data of 3 employees as you can see. So now let's create one method to call all these employees. We will retrieve all the employees by calling this method. And which will return this whole object whenever called. Here we will create one more method to retrieve employees by ID. In this we will take one variable called employee which will extract data of our employees whose ID we will provide from the EMP object. Here P is a parameter which will return EID from the object, and this EID should be matched with our ID. In case this does not have any data, it will return not found. Otherwise, selected employee will be returned. So this is it. We have a ready API and we can call it from any of the clients. Here one last step to call our API is to set root. Well, here we have a file web API config.cs where we can set the root of the API. As you can see, our route is API, then it will call the control and the action. whatever we have created the method, and ID is the optional. Here I have created one HTML page. So friends, as per our root definition, I have created two functions using jQuery to call methods in our controller. Here I will explain you it. Here two separate functions are there to call all the records, and this method is called for getting employee by ID. And I have set separate URI for both of these functions. First one is API controller. As per our route, it will be called. Then EMP controller, which we have created here, will be called. And then finally the method which we are using will be called, which is get employees. So let's go through this. Here, as per our first URI, API EMP controller and get employees method is called. So it will gives us this data. And then the second function, find, will be called when we search with ID. Let me show you this. So I finally want to find data with IDs, like I want to find data for Joy and his pay. So I will search specifically with his ID, which is 2, and here we will get only the data of Joy, which is $20,000 pay. So friends, I have tried to explain you these web API concepts in simplest way possible. Now you can make your own API application easily. Hope all this information was helpful to you. For any IT and IT enabled services, you can contact GIPL. Details are shown on the screen. If you like our video, please hit the like button and share with your friends and family. Thank you for watching. Till then, stay home, stay safe and take very good care of yourself.